What is up, everyone? So we're back at it again with the S14 on the dyno, and I'm hoping this will be the last dyno video of this car for at least a little while now. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we've been turbocharging my SR20DE and my S14 Silvia, and it's been going pretty smoothly until we finally tried the dyno tune it, and the car was over boosting very, very bad. Well, after testing basically everything, we found out it is just crazy boost creep. Like, it was making 15 PSI and on its way to make even more with the wastegate entirely open. So we talked about it a lot more in the last video, but as you guys know, there is so much pressure in the exhaust manifold, it can't escape out the wastegate fast enough, so it's spinning the turbo and making a bunch of boost. Now, there's a bunch of ways we could solve this. You know, we could port the existing gate, we could add external, but I don't want to go external, at least not yet if I don't have to, because I feel like I really shouldn't have to, and I want to keep it simple with the internal. And instead of trying to mess with our old turbo, because it doesn't seem like there's much more room to port this thing, I'm going to try a turbo setup that I know works, right? So as you can see, we have a new turbo, new manifold. I switch all the lines over. This is off of my SR in my Black Z. So this is an S13 SR20DE+T motor, and we've known for this turbo to work. It is an ISR GT2871R clone, so it does have a bigger exhaust side. And it is a knockoff turbo, so it's a little bit doggier, which might actually help us in this situation. And besides that, we have a Megan tubular manifold, which I'm hoping will help with the flow too. So will this fix everything? I don't know, but at least we know this combo works in another car, and if it doesn't fix it, we can go from there. So, got everything swapped over this morning. Let's get this thing in the car, and we'll hopefully just happens to solve everything. At least the tubular manifold should look pretty dope in here. Like, that's one saving grace.
Cover up that ugliness.
It'll keep your eyes off of it.
Exactly.
There we go. See, that looks pretty good in there. The tubular manifold makes it look a lot fancier.
Especially with the intercooler pipe in there.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, now we have about an hour and a half of just bolting stuff together in there, so wish me luck.
Many minutes later.
And what feels like forever later, it is all together. And luckily, everything fit like exactly the same, which is really nice. Even though it's a different turbo, different manifold, everything lines up perfect. And honestly, it looks pretty freaking cool with the tubular manifold on it, so. I'm expecting good things here, Tony.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic. Just see what happens. No crazy noises, so that's good. Now the smart thing to do would be to tie the gate open and do a pull, because that would give us the true answer right away. I'm gonna play the optimistic role, and we're gonna make a pass with the wastegate hooked up. Fingers crossed, Tony. That was good.
That was good.
No boost cut. Let's check the log. Let's check the log.
How many pounds?
7 PSI.
Sick.
Sick. I've never been so happy in my life to make 7 PSI. Oh my God. As you guys know, this turbo has cursed the Black Z, but I think it's gonna keep this car humble. You know what I mean? So I think we have found the perfect couple here.
Yep. So I made 237. 233.
That's good.
That's good.
That's what I want. That's like what I want to see. That's good. Oh my God. That's crazy.
The other numbers on the other turbo,
dude,
this poor thing must be relieved.
I know, right? Yeah, that's the best way to put it. That is absolutely insane. That GT26RS, I don't know what the deal is with that, because we have it on Ant's car.
We might have to put my car on the dyno.
And like, but I don't remember your car creeping. Maybe it's the older gen.
Yeah, older gen.
Because if you look up that turbo, it's like the first thing that comes up is boost creep.
Yeah.
That's silly. That's absolutely silly. Is that the turbo? Is that the manifold? Is it the combination between the two? Well, now we can tune this thing, so. Now we actually need a boost controller.
Yeah.
The tables have turned real quick. All right, so that curve is real ugly. So check that thing out. Right, so you see that big old lump at the top?
Yep.
I'm gonna assume that's the VTC. Because I guess where the VTC likes to turn on and off, right? So the VTC is how we could advance or retard the cam gear on the intake side, right? And it looks like I'm shutting it off a little too early. But let's bring that up, clean the fueling up, and then go from there. Oh man, all right, so the boost is being consistent, which is good. It's not the flattest boost curve in the world, but it's not dramatic. So, wow, it's crazy the difference. Absolutely mad. Oh, look at that. Look at that VTC changeover. Is that crazy?
Oh yeah, look at it.
That's so much more power up top. We always say this when we're turboing NA engines, right? You want to keep torque away from the down low in the graph, right? Since the turbo is kind of being doggy, it's allowing us to make the torque in a very linear fashion, so we can really keep the low end torque out of this thing so we can keep this thing alive. It works.
Yeah.
That's funny,
It's
dude.
doing what we wanted it to do.
Yeah, because look at that power curve. Oh yeah, she's climbing.
Yep.
Let's do a couple more pulls, clean it up, dial it in, and then we'll decide if we want to turn the boost up or not from there, all right?
Yep.
I don't want to get greedy, but... What'd we get?
255, 239.
Not bad. All right, see, this is how smoothly it was supposed to go the first time, all right? So check it out, right? So that time, I kept the VTC on even longer, and it looks like it loved it, right? Keeps picking up power.
Yeah,
Love to
it
see
was.
that. And then we revved it out just a little bit farther. Stop playing so conservative on that one. So there's still a little torque hump right here I got to figure out. Clean that up, start playing with some timing. But for now, I really, really love the curve. 240 already is such an awesome number, considering that this car made 140 horsepower stock. I'd say we're already doing pretty damn good.
Gained a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, it's happy where it's at, dude.
Sounds good.
That's not bad for how little boost it's running. It's crazy. I mean, you could really see the difference with the higher compression.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously the VTC helps too, so it's making good numbers. Donnie, you think it fixed it or not?
No, not by the look on your face. And Ant just looks pissed, but he always looks pissed, so probably did not fix it.
It fixed it.
It did?
Yeah.
Sick. So why you
Get
guys
out of here with that shit.
You guys look miserable.
It's been a long couple days.
Ant looked like that.
He always looks like that.
Yeah, that is fact. Well, that's sick. At least
Ant, smile for me. Thanks, buddy. All right, so the boost isn't coming in super hard. It's kind of just dragging itself out. So sometimes adding a little bit of preload on the wastegate itself will help. It'll help keep the door shut for a little bit longer until it wants to actually open up. So maybe we can get the boost to come in a little bit faster with this. I like out of straight caution, I put like no preload on it. So I know we got plenty to get away with. So, all right, so now we could, boom, there's a lot. That's a lot of preload. So we'll see how that goes. Right now, the power band's very linear, right? I'm hoping to kind of see it come out here a little bit more, make a little bit more mid-range torque. Everything's gonna be great. Donnie, what's the power number? What? What's the power number, Donnie?
You don't know.
269. What's your guess? You can't make a guess.
I think it's gonna make like up another PSI and a half.
Oh, no. Power.
Oh, power-wise, 272.
Yeah.
Oh, close to me. My 3 off.
279.
279.
Oh.
Ooh, a little high.
What are we playing the prices right here?
Damn. Blew everyone out the water.
Wow. That's awesome.
285, 283.
Yeah, be man.
That was like...
8.5 pounds?
Yeah, 8.5 pounds. And the boost curve was so much more stable.
Yeah.
All right, so we just made 285 horsepower and 283 foot-pounds of torque. As you can see, it came in a little bit harder and made more power overall everywhere since, I mean, it picked up more boost everywhere, right? We went from 6 PSI to about 9 PSI, which is pretty crazy because those are really good numbers. It's pretty crazy seeing the difference in the power band due to the high compression engine, right? I mean, that's like, for pump gas, right? That's a little high, you know, 285, 283. A lot of guys say like 260 is like the number, but as far as I could tell, as long as we keep good gas in this thing, we should have nothing to worry about. 285, 283, I'm gonna call it right there. I'm happy with it. You happy with it? So,
Yeah, it's a good number.
might not sound like a lot of power, but for an engine that originally made 140 horsepower, I'd say this is a pretty major upgrade.
Yeah.
So let's leave it like this and actually enjoy the car a little bit until we break something else. All right, so for perspective, this is what it made stock before we took it apart. And now this is what it makes with the turbo. Look at the difference. Gotta love a damn turbo, huh?
It's like 140 more horsepower.
Doubled it up.
Double down. Yes. I don't know what that means.
I love having the Zanky and the Dyno because seeing these three next to each other is just way too cool. So all right, let's get this thing off and see how she feels.
Love that.
Feels like 285 horsepower, but it's crazy to feel it coming from this car, you know? You daily drive that Turbo SR, so
Yeah.
you're the best person for the job. Come on, Tony. Let him know. Do a rip, let me know what you think.
See how this clutch is?
It definitely needs an alignment, I'll tell you that. It sounds awesome. I heard some metal tingling, I'm gonna assume that's the exhaust. That sounds so good. You know, it's 285 horsepower, so it's like nothing to write home about, but instead of having to pay like 7 grand for DET and then put a turbo and all this stuff on it, we're just using what we already have, so it feels like it's like free power. It's sick. It looked like it was ripping on that pull.
It was ripping.
How's it feel?
Great.
You like it?
It's way smoother than my car.
It's smooth.
Yeah. My cars go back on the dyno.
You need a seasonal checkup.
Yeah. I like the power. It's
Good.
like not too much, not too little. It's like right there.
Right there. Free power.
Yeah, free power.
All right, let me see some shit. Oh, was there a water bottle in the engine bay? Well, it looks like you're having fun.
It's fun.
You ripped it. I'm proud
Yeah.
of you. That was good. Sounds great.
You need to rip it.
What was that?
You need to rip it.
I need to rip it? It's more fun seeing you rip it. Ah, that's good. That is very good. Anne's definitely having fun. It's crazy because it's like a whole different car. Like it doesn't even feel the same. Like it gives off a different aura. I'm not hating on DESRs, but they don't really feel like you have anything in there. But now it feels like we got something in there. That makes sense. It never makes sense. Whatever. I'm just happy this is working. I hope it survives because, you know, I want to help people get to this point. Dude, look at the Zankies together. That's so good. I love to see it. Gotta get the arrow on the S14 and we're good to go. I love that. I'm happy to see it's working out so far. This is how it should have went the first time we were on the dyno, but you know, I really wanted to see great results from this because there are so many guys out there with DE engines that really can't afford to put a DET engine in there just because the prices of them are absurd. So I hope this motivates a few of you guys out there. S chassis are hot right now. There's a lot of imported cars. There's a lot of DEs out there. I hope I don't mess the market up for people, but don't be scared. Have fun with it.
Now the price of DEs are gonna go up.
Nah.
Good thing we have a few laying around.
Now we just need some aero. This thing looks like a pickle without any side skirts. All right, so it's running great. It looks pretty damn good, and I just hope it holds up. I know I keep saying it, but I really want to set a good example for people who are in a situation like this where they have a DE engine, they don't have the funds to put a turbo engine in it, but they want to mod their car, make some more power, and have some fun. And I really want this to be a possibility for people. As you guys see in the last couple of videos, it's possible. It's not that bad. Besides the whole turbo setup in there, I would say it went pretty damn smooth, and I'm very excited about it. So I'm gonna get this thing registered ASAP so we can drive it around, actually enjoy it, really put it to the test. And then we gotta start working on the looks of this thing because without any aero on it, it looks kind of goofy. So I did just get like my little kit back from paint, little teaser there, little teaser there, and hopefully next video we'll be throwing it all on and, well, changing the entire look. So for now, I gotta end it so you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys very shortly.